Our breaking news tonight, a patient in Maryland isolated for Ebola testing. Let's talk more about quarantines and their effectiveness in stopping the spread of Ebola. Back with me now is Dr. Lance Plyler, Dr. Celine Gounder, and Dr. Greg Ciottone. Okay, back to you, Dr. Ciottone. Here's a new CNN ORC poll. 69% of Americans say foreign citizens should be screened and those with Ebola symptoms should be quarantined. That figure rises to 78% for American citizens returning from the hot zone in Africa. Should there be, Dr. Ciottone, automatic quarantines for healthcare workers returning to the U.S. from Ebola-affected countries, even if they aren't showing symptoms?
Well, I guess I'm going to be the unpopular guy here, because I do believe that we should have a strict quarantine, preferably self-imposed. Now, I'll give you some of the evidence that I base that on, and if you look at this, Dr. Spencer in New York is now the 17th healthcare worker from Medicine Sans Frontières who has contracted Ebola, 9 of whom have died. Okay, in addition to that, there was a very good study that came out about 2 weeks ago in the New England Journal of Medicine that took a good hard look at this epidemic, the 9 months that we've seen this epidemic. And one of the things they found was that over 300 healthcare workers in West Africa contracted Ebola. Now, what that tells me is that the personal protective equipment system that we use, whether it's the equipment, how we put it on, how we take it off, something is inadequate, something is amiss here. And then combine that with how we've done so far with the monitoring. So monitoring healthcare workers for the onset of fever is not adequate, I also think. If you look at that same New England Journal study, it demonstrated a 12.9% of Ebola patients did not demonstrate any fever from onset of symptoms to detection.
Right.
And we saw that in Dr. Spencer in New York.
You saw that in the doctor here.
And et cetera before.
Yeah,
yes.
And he almost immediately after he went bowling and had his night on the town, the next morning is when he called and had to be taken to the hospital. Dr. Plyler, what do you make of it? Because they're saying not many people want to go over and do these jobs. You're going to discourage people if